Hello everybody, David here, and welcome to episode 7 of my first Let's Play video. Sunsets and sunrises in this game, in this shader, are gorgeous. And look at that view, oh my gosh. On the whole, I'm quite happy with my builds. So, today, I'm going to stick to just one project. So one of the sort of automatic farm type things that I've tried and failed repeatedly at doing are iron farms. From what I understand, with a certain amount of villagers and a certain amount of beds, they will spawn a certain amount of iron golems per hour. And then if you can decide where the iron golem spawns, because they only spawn on certain surfaces, you can then sort of, usually with water, push them into a chamber basically where they die, and then you can collect the iron that they produce when they're dead, and the ridiculous amount of red roses. Not sure what to do with those, but that's okay. I think some of the reason why I'm not very good at them is because they're really sweet. They're there to protect the villagers, and I think I anthropomorphize digital NPCs way too much. But I thought it's one of the ones that's really hard, and one of the ones that I find really difficult. And I've only ever once had one that worked, sort of, and only some of the time. Now, as I said in the last episode, I don't need any of the farms to be super duper productive. It's not Hermitcraft or anything. I just need enough, because, for example, iron, I think I've pretty much dug as much iron as I'm going to get out of the mine without some serious more digging. I don't mind digging, I quite like it. I put on an audio book and I grind, it's cool, but I think the whole purpose of this series, at least on my end of it, is to do the things in Minecraft, or learn the things in Minecraft that I'm either not good at or don't know much about. And I've got to start with the stuff I'm not really very good at first, because the stuff I have never done, like potions, or an end run that isn't in creative mode, blazes, oh god, see, all of these things, they scare the heck out of me. So I'm taking one thing at a time. Last week, making the automatic farm. Oh my gosh. I can do an automatic farm. It's a little thing, but it's still joyous, because I've been fighting with the automatic food farm forever. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing another in the design world. I'll go and do some research and mock up a few designs and see if I can make something work in the design world, and then figure out how to mock it up so it's not resource heavy, because I shouldn't have to grind for 10 hours just to make a thing that's supposed to make me not grind as much. So and it's raining. Woo! Just gently make my way down, very slowly. So I want to do the iron farm, and we can go from here once I hopefully get off this tower without killing my character. And then we can have a go at the iron farm. And I say we because when I was doing the food farm, the automatic farm, I sort of almost felt like my 18 viewers were standing next to me going, you can do it, you can do it. I don't know if people actually do that when they're watching a video, but I sort of trying not to make it bad, so that you have a nice video to see. Kind of helped spur me to keep going even when things went wrong. So I'm going to start saying we, because until more comments come along, there won't be any, obviously, direct interaction, but you're like a silent cheer squad going, woo, you can do it, you can do it. I probably shouldn't use that movie reference. So, yes, rainbow. I love the rainbows. So we shall have a go at this. And this time it's wish me luck, or wish us luck. And cue the cut to Design World. And here we are, in the Design World. I have all sorts of designs, including some that are potentially recognizable for some people. This is my attempt at doing an iron golem farm. I've been working on it for, I don't know, more than a year. It does work. It's very clunky and quite large. And using magma blocks to kill an iron golem is sort of loudly torturous, because they take a while. So, has the basic elements of villagers who are constantly being freaked out with zombies. And it's tall enough to have one platform area where only the golems only spawn here. And it does kind of work. Mostly. Sometimes it just stops working and I never figure out why. But that's kind of me. And there's just the water pushes the iron golems, iron and poppies into the hoppers and into the boxes. So, but it's very loud, and this one keeps dying because I'll put it on peaceful when the zombie dies, which is kind of annoying, but that's okay. I went away and I researched, and I found, with a little bit of Google, I found a tutorial for a pretty streamlined iron farm by something Fielder. Ebb Fielder. I think that's how you say it. See, there's the zombie going blue 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 blue, and there's the poor villagers, sometimes being frightened, not always. And there's the spawning platform. They spawn, the water pushes them into the hole, they drop down, and because of where the lava is, it's just the head that's on fire, which sounds extra horrible, but they die quickly, and the iron and poppies don't get destroyed in the lava. They go onto the hoppers. It's pretty efficient, certainly more efficient than my one. Yeah, see his heads. You can't really see, but yeah, this head is in the lava and the rest of them isn't. It still feels like torture, but I have to remember that the digital critters, they're not real. So currently my problem, which I will have solved by the time I start the montage, which will be next up, is I'm not entirely sure how to insert this model into my world. Because what I want it to be is a bridge between the flat top of that hill with the fencing and the steps and the two castles and the XP farm. So I basically want to walk off, without going down the steps, I want to walk off the that flat area of my castle base, possibly even onto something that looks, curvy, like it's a rope bridge, onto this thing, and then go and easily collect the iron, and then either go back up and go to the XP farm or just continue going forward to the XP farm. I want to be able to make it easier to get to the XP farm and the iron farm without having to run the gauntlet of things with death on their minds. So I shall have to think about it for a while and make a design and see what I can do and go from there. The biggest problem is that inside this glass box and up to that level is spawnable areas. So if I just do a really big fat tower to put this in, it would have to be a pretty big one, but if I did that, I couldn't put any floors in the tower. I probably couldn't even put stairs because there's more room for the golems to spawn. So I have to be very careful and figure it out. But this is a really good design. Very top heavy, but I think the original was actually made for this bit here to be underground. So I'm using it in a way that wasn't originally intended. But I shall think about it for a while. And then we shall have a montage of me building it. Hopefully. Probably with much irritation, because getting a zombie into position is harder than getting villagers into position. And villagers aren't particularly cooperative either. But you can watch me the quick, easy, fast way on the montage, which is about to start very soon. In fact, wish me luck and cue the music. welcome back from the montage. It's kind of ugly, but I left it deliberately plain because, well, I haven't figured out what I want to do with it. It's a bit too big to be a tower, like just an ordinary tower. It's a lot bigger than those towers. And I thought maybe I need to turn it into something else entirely. I thought of putting windows in, and then I thought, but if I don't know what I want to do, then not knowing, not making a decision yet. But it's ginormous. It is really huge. I've put some floors in just so that it feels like a space. I can't actually get up there unless I get a ladder or something. But it seems to continue working. I made a pathway all the way down to the same level as the XP farm. So you run through corridors, turn a little, try and make it go faster. And then here is the XP farm. So there's at least now a relatively safe track to the XP farm, even if it feels longer. I kind of want to make it, like, make this tunnel, like, tunnel shaped, you know, kind of curved at the top. Make it feel like catacombs or something. I also need to put a door here, because this actually leads into the mine, which is interesting. There it is, yeah. The steps. So there's quite a lot of running about, but it works, and it's safer than, there we go. It's safer than, you know, running the gauntlet, trying to dodge bad guys. But I had to put in slabs at the right, it's not actually at floor, like that's where the blocks are, so it's actually a bottom slab, so nothing can spawn on it, even though making it so dark is a little nervous making. I came from the days of Minecraft when darkness meant death. I'm still getting adjusted to the new spawning light levels. But I'm surprised, like, genuinely surprised that it wasn't, I mean, other than getting the zombie in. The zombie took like 6 goes or 7 goes or something, and I thought villagers sucked. But I got one in, and it didn't die, unlike its predecessors. I'm just, like, it's amazing how these sorts of things, you know, the farms that use the physics of the game mechanics of Minecraft to produce things in sort of epic levels, that it's only a little change before it works. Like the production of this one is really surprisingly fast, and it's not even a terribly fast design. So pack 1 goes to the bottom. But like, that's just from me building. I'm not even like I'm not just sitting here and waiting for lots of things to happen. It's just happening while I'm around. It's one of the reasons why I wanted it to be relatively close to the main base area. Oh heck, I just realised I'm not sure how to get out. I probably have to go down and then up. Yep. There we go. So it's amazing how a little change in dimensions or positioning and things just work. And before you've made the right changes, they don't work. I just find it fascinating. I spent a year trying to perfect my one, and it just had to be smaller and the right distances. It's interesting. But yeah, I'm going to try and figure out what the next one's going to be, but I think the next episode is going to probably have to be a buildy one, or at least a buildy focused one, because I can't quite get the shading part. Some of the problem is the technical difficulties of not being able to fly, because usually in the creative game I would just build something and then I'd add the texture later, but when you're in Survivor, you can't just fly and fix stuff if it looks funny, and sometimes you have to go quite a distance to see if it looks funny, and then once you figure out what's wrong, like the line, you may not be able to see, but the line between the cobblestone and the andesite here, it just continuously annoys me. But when I go up, I have to go up the tower and then figure out where it is and figure out which side it's on, and it's very hard to get oriented. So I think I might need to do a little bit of research into doing the shading better, and figure out how to make the actual logistics better. Like, see the way this line merges into this, and then lots of andesite. It should perhaps be more cobblestone and more tough to balance it, but does that work for the rest? So I think I might have to take some time to do a bit of research on how to do this shading thingy, but I'll look into it. We can explore together in the next episode. So for now, it's been very fun building with you, and until next time, ara ni tasa.